with Hill Country Hands. If you're new to my channel, I've been doing videos on my hyperemesis experience and some other mommy and pregnancy topics. Thank you for watching today's video. This is week 27 with hyperemesis update. Not a whole lot going on to update y'all on. It's just been about the same as the last few weeks. The nausea and vomiting have been about the same, as well as the dizziness. Just doing the Phenergan every couple hours, and it helps, but it doesn't take it all the way away. I have some days that are better than others, for sure. I never know. I've said before, like, it's kind of day to day. Lately, it almost seems like it's kind of like hour to hour. I could feel pretty good in the morning, and then afternoon, evening comes around and I feel horrible. So it just kind of depends. Not really sure why sometimes are better than others, but some days are a lot more bearable and others are really awful. My PICC line is about the same. It's still bothering me some. It sounds really gross, but it has like a scab, a pretty like big, deep scab on it. I guess from whenever I got it pulled on something and it came out a little bit. So it's still healing. I think what's hurting is like when the tubing is getting like moved, because it's moving that a little bit. And it's sutured in under here, but it's not really where the sutures are that hurt. It's where the incision site is. But it's not red or swollen anymore. It just has that scab, so it's definitely healing. And the nurse has been coming by every couple of days instead of once a day. I feel like she needs to just stay with a couple of times a week. I feel like my body just can't handle once a week. I think I need it to be cleaned more often. I just really don't want to have to get another PICC line in these last 12 weeks that we have. Because a couple weeks ago, whenever it was looking really bad, it kind of seemed like that's what we might have to do, is go get another PICC line. Which that's the last thing I want. It's not a fun experience, and then it's really sore at the beginning. So I'm trying to do everything I can just to keep this one healthy and not irritated. I've been trying to be really careful about not getting it pulled on anything or caught on like Mackenzie when I pick her up, and trying to like make sure she doesn't like touch it or anything like that. Fingers crossed I'll wake up one day and feel better and I can get it out before the delivery, but at this point I kind of feel like that's not going to happen, so I would just hope that I don't have to get another PICC line at this point. This week has been pretty good so far. I haven't really gotten out of the house too much. I just haven't really been feeling like it, and I don't want to overdo it because I think that Mackenzie's playing in the background. Sorry if it's noisy. I feel like sometimes whenever I have gotten out and done a little bit more, I do feel worse that night or the next day. So I'm trying not to overdo it, but still get out of the house some, because it's really not good on me mentally just to be at home alone with Mackenzie all the time. So it is good to get out. One thing I think that has helped me, and maybe some advice if you are suffering with hyperemesis or any kind of like chronic type illness, is that I have been trying to get dressed, get like a cute outfit on, like do my hair, put a little bit of makeup on, even if I'm not going anywhere. I feel like whenever you're when you spend time putting yourself together, it kind of makes me feel better. So physically, it's not going to help my nausea and vomiting to make myself look presentable, but I think mentally it does make me feel better just to be put together and, make sure that I look somewhat decent. It just makes me feel better. So I have been trying to do that even if I'm not going anywhere. And I have had a little bit of mom guilt the last couple of days because when I wasn't feeling very good, I have been less patient with Mackenzie, and I feel really bad about that because I want to be a good mom, and I want to be patient with her, and she needs to be disciplined so she knows not to do certain things. And it's usually something that's going to like hurt her, whether she's trying to climb up and stand on the couch, or, you know, open the oven, or try to grab knives out of the dishwasher. It's stuff that's harmful to her. So she needs to be told no, and she needs to be disciplined whenever she continues to do it, because I know that she knows better after warning her and telling her a couple of times. But I have lost my patience a little bit with her lately, just because I have been feeling really bad, really sick, and sometimes it's hard to care for a little one whenever you're super nauseous and throwing up all the time and you feel weak, and it's not always easy, but I'm trying to move forward from it and try to do better, try to be more patient with her, because I know that she doesn't understand that I'm sick and I don't feel good. She just knows that mommy's not as patient right now. And one thing I have noticed that I feel like is getting worse, or making my nausea and vomiting worse, is whenever the baby's kicking. I love feeling the baby kick, of course. I really truly love that, but whenever I'm already really nauseous and vomiting and feel really sick, it doesn't help to have a little one inside you moving around and kicking, because you already feel like queasy, so that just kind of adds to it. I have noticed now that the baby's getting bigger that is kind of making my nausea worse at times whenever the baby is really active. So kind of sucks, because that should be something that's like exciting that you want to feel, which I do want to feel it still, but at the same time it also makes me feel worse physically. Mentally, I love feeling the baby kick. So that wraps up my week 27 update. Like I said, not a whole lot going on that's different, which is a good thing. I'm glad I'm not having any new symptoms or side effects to meds or anything like that right now. We are just taking it a day at a time and trying to hang in there. I am just keeping up with the Zofran continuously. I'm at that highest dose still, and then the Phenigrin every 2 to 3 hours. Without it, I still get very sick. And then fluids we've been doing every other day for the most part, unless I just feel especially sick on one day. We'll go ahead and do it back-to-back days at that point. That wraps it up. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate all my subscribers and everybody that has continued to support my channel and continue to pray for us and keep us in your thoughts. Our little family really appreciates it. And if you're a mom out there watching and you have hyperemesis, comment in the comments below, and I would love to connect with you. I am always here if anybody needs some support or just to vent or anything. Let me know. Thank you.